So hello guys, welcome and welcome back to Being Molly Jen, where we explore African village life. So in today's video, I want to share with you this night that we are going to cook together with you. So stay tuned. Ensure you watch this video until the end. Do not skip to enjoy it even more. And in today's video, we are making some ugali for dinner. We'll be making some fish. We have some leftover vegetable from yesterday and some eggs for dad. So in some boiling water, my niece Samim is going to add some unga or flour or flour, depending on where you're coming from or your teacher. So she's going to add some flour or flour, and then she's going to mix this gently, slowly by slowly, as she maintains the fire. This is how we cook ugali. On the other hand, I will be adding some cooking oil to a sufuria. I will be making some fish, and today we are making some catfish. So thank you so much. If you are stopping by this channel for the first time, you're very welcome. In this channel, we explore African village life. I also do cooking videos. That is not village cooking. So basically, that's it. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome and welcome back. I really appreciate your coming here each and every time. I do not take it for granted. I really appreciate it. So to my cooking oil, I'm going to add some spring onions. And then I'm going to let this cook until the spring onions get dry or a bit dry, since I'm using spring onions. If I were using red onions, I would have cooked them until they were translucent or a bit soggy. But since I'm using spring onions, I'm going to cook them until I see them becoming a little bit dry. In the meantime, Samim is continuing to cook her ugali. Today we are enjoying some light brown ugali. So if you're watching this video and you have not liked, you have not commented, and you have not subscribed, I'm kindly asking you to kindly like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family as you continue enjoying it. It is always advised that when cooking ugali, give it time to bond with fire, or give it time with fire. So you keep leaving it like this to heat before turning it. It makes the ugali cook well. So my onions are doing well. They are almost where I want them. And once they get there, I will add my tomatoes. Samim's ugali is almost ready. The consistency we are going for is almost there. She keeps adding unga as she stirs and mix. That is how ugali is made. Like I said, my onions are almost there as well. So I'm going ahead to now add some tomatoes. And I'll stir this nicely until the tomatoes cook into a puree. If you're not new here, you know I always say that, until the tomatoes cook into a puree or into a paste. Now we always regulate the fire by removing the firewood when you want a bit low heat, and return them when we want more heat. Samim's ugali is almost ready, and she has stood up now because it is now a bit hard to turn. It is now a bit hard to turn while sitting, or it has become heavier than before. But the unga is now enough. My tomatoes are almost where I want them. They are slowly cooking, but at least cooking. When you see Samim do this, you know it is ready. She's molding the ugali into a desirable shape, into a nice shape, so that it is shapeful on the plate. You know, we first eat with our eyes. So she's shaping the ugali into a desirable shape before removing it from fire. Next, she's going to put that plate. She's going to put the ugali in that plate. And if you're not new to this channel, you know this plate. It is the one we usually put ugali in. She's going ahead to, to remove the ugali from the karaya. That pan we have cooked the ugali in is called karaya. So she's going ahead to remove the ugali from karaya, and then she will cover it somewhere else. She'll put it somewhere else and cover it so that it does not cool down. In the meantime, I'm going to continue cooking my tomatoes, and since Samim is done with the cooker, the 3-stone cooker, so I'm going to transfer my sufuria from the jiko to the open fire cooker. This one cooks faster than the jiko. So I'm going to cook this, and I'm going to add my 3 Royco cubes. My mom always tells me people who use Royco cubes or spices are people who don't know how to cook. And I'm telling her, if you don't use spices in food, you don't know what you're missing. So in the meantime, Samim is now going to cook some eggs for Dad. My dad does not eat catfish. So today we are going to eat catfish as he eats eggs. So he's going to beat some eggs, some 2 eggs. Of course, after adding some salt to that, she's going to beat some eggs. And my tomatoes are ready. We are now going ahead to add soup, or to add water that will act as soup in addition to cooking the fish. So Samim is adding some salt to the eggs, and then she's going to beat the eggs, of course, as I add my fish or catfish to my already made sauce or soup. Now Samim will add some onions to the eggs after beating. She will add some eggs, and she's stealing some fish to eat. She likes testing things in the kitchen when they are not ready, except for raw eggs. Except for raw eggs. So I added some more water to the fish because I felt that the soup was not enough. Because we need this soup to cook the fish as well as remain as some soup for us to enjoy. Now she has placed a pan on the jiko, and now she's adding some cooking oil to that. She's adding some cooking oil to that. And immediately after adding the oil in the pan, she left for the main house to watch some program. So I was left in the kitchen alone to cook. Now I've added the eggs to the cooking oil that was ready at this time. This is how we make our eggs here in the village. So we have the eggs were first beaten in some salt, and then some spring onions added to it, and then added to the eggs were added to some cooking oil. Samim is back. She keeps going to the house and coming back. She wants to help me, at the same time she wants to watch the program, and she's telling me it has gone for a break, for a commercial break. So I let the eggs dry up before turning over. So now that it is cooked enough from the other side, I'm going to turn it, and it almost got burnt. It was actually starting to get burnt. Then I'm going to add my tomatoes, and then I'll use the egg to cover the tomatoes. Yes, if you are a village girl like me, you can easily catch some very hot eggs with your hands, bare hands. Yes, so I'm going to let that cook. The tomatoes cook under, I'm going to let the tomatoes cook under the egg until they are soaked, or until they are mushy, or until they are soft. In the meantime, my fish is almost ready. My fish is almost ready. Now I think my tomatoes are ready, or are almost where I want them. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to turn them nicely. At this time, I will be turning them as I mash the potatoes. Sorry, as I mash the tomatoes. I don't know where potatoes are coming from. I'm going to be turning as I mash the tomatoes so that they are mashed, or they become a paste in the egg. At the same time, I'll be slicing the eggs to get into pieces. Remember, it was just one big piece of eggs. I don't know if there's something like that in English, but you understand me, or you get the point. So I'm going to continue mashing it. I'm going to continue mashing this until I feel it is ready like this, and then I'm going with some dhania or coriander, to garnish it, and also for some good smell and taste in the egg. And at this point, when the corianders go in, it is ready. When the corianders go in, it is ready. So next, I'm going to warm this vegetable, or these vegetables that we cooked like 2 days ago, and we've been warming them, or we've been warming it in some fresh milk every day. That's why it looks like that. And I think our supper is ready. The eggs are ready, the vegetables have been warmed, the fish is ready, and the fish was still on fire at this time. But I'm going to start serving the ugali. And then I added some coriander to the fish. And when the coriander goes in, it is ready. So thank you for watching. Ensure you like, share, subscribe, and don't leave without leaving a sweet comment. It has been good to have you here. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.